Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there, as is the traditional intro. We're doing Creeper World today, and we are going to be diving into a bit more of an optimization puzzle level map as opposed to something that we would typically do that is extremely long and drawn out. Average completion time on this map is 19 minutes and 52 seconds, so as long as we come in better than average, I am good with this. Let's see what we can do. Thanks for downloading my map. It shouldn't be too difficult. What do we have to do? Well, this is very straightforward. There seems to be an abandoned strafer at the bottom of the hill. We can rush to save it. It might prove useful as we have a limited supply. Okay. And there is a Bertha over here. So, taking a look at this thing, we've got a 1 spore, 3 spore, and 6 spore emitter over here. So that would be a total of 10, probably on even timing from several, different locations. And then we've got this guy over here, 500 creeper per 2-second interval. And then we've got several smaller emitters around these areas. So let's think about how to do this real quick. We've got a ore deposit over here, which I can reach with a command center right there. We've got a little bit of space to go out and snag some energy. We've got a totem in the back, totem in the front. I'm thinking that probably the easiest way to tackle this is going to be to go around this corner, possibly even terp across right here, and then chain these together going around the back side to get to this. However, if they're providing a Bertha, it probably means that Berthas are going to be rather important. And why, creeper, oh why are you... There we go. Cutting off my stuff. Looking through our stuff, we've got 2 ore mines, 1 siphon, 1 terp, 1 guppy, 5 shields, and no limit on cannons and mortars, but 4 strafers and 2 bomber limitation, with 2 sprayer limitation. But honestly, 2 sprayers is not that big of a deal. If we only have 2 ore mines, even at maximum efficiency, I'm pretty sure that 2 always-on sprayers can spray that entire amount out, so that is not a huge concern. Alright, let's get some collectors down and see what we can do with this. So I'm going to get those 2 there. We're going to do, like, I don't know. Probably don't want to do that one. We'll get into the swing of things here. Probably want to go there to minimize the overlap. And we'll let that go. So, I probably massively screwed up in that, yes, I missed out on some potential energy income, seeing as I did those individually and not all together. So let's go out here, which is going to be there, 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 there. This is not going to gain us a ton with each one, but I am certain that it will come in useful at some point, regardless. Okay. So we're going to drop 2 cannons there, 1 cannon here. Should take us a minute to build up the creeper to the level where it actually tries to come up over the top there. And that should get us good to go. We are a little suboptimal on most of this stuff, but I think we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get an ore mine down, and I just realized that there is actually a siphon over here. So we're going to connect to that siphon, and we are going to dump a lot of stuff down, because I think that we're going to need it in order to get to the other side. In fact, if I had gone for that siphon immediately, we probably would have been in a much better situation than we are currently. Alright, let's let that continue. We're going to build 2 more cannons up on the top, which are most definitely going to help out. And then we're going to put him across right there. Okay, so that actually works out very, very well indeed. Let's go up here. I'm going to snag a nullifier and move our 2 cannons over this way so that they can protect our investments. Protection on that kind of stuff is of critical importance. So, let's go ahead and connect the collectors in the back, which I think are probably not going to get us a whole lot of fuel, but definitely worth getting. And then that is going to lock us in. So let's go ahead and get a forge down, because we are going to have a couple of connections to make up on the front, and then we can get another collector in on the front edge to snag that. So that is going to put us in a very good spot indeed, I think. That'll let us get a couple of energy upgrades, get a couple more turrets down to help with the fight, and we need to get a couple beamers on low deer line. That was significantly faster than I thought it was going to be. We're just gonna have to stall it out and hope that oh dear, that is gonna come right down here, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's gonna kill that and put us in a bad little spot. Come on. Nullifier kind of went down. We've also got the Strafer dead, and I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of work on this. Collectors are down on that side because, yes, we have screwed up massively. All right. Do we restart? That is the question. I think we call that a warm-up round. Haha. Gonna hit the easy button. Protect the investment, abandon ship. I mean, listen, sometimes terrible things happen. I don't think that my initial thoughts on how this was going to go are necessarily invalid, but I think that I drastically underestimated the speed at which these things would actually start launching. So that is going to build that up there, and then we are going to just slam down all the collectors. Let's see, go there, go there. I'm gonna do... It is difficult to get all of these things to line up like you want them to. Let's see. So we're gonna go out here, which will actually make the connection. Okay, fantastic. We can get up onto that front edge, get all the way around the outside edge here. Appreciate the resub! Smasher! No, no, no! Smasher gifting out a sub to Toddy. Thank you very much, dude. First gift sub out. Totally misreading things. Oh well. 'Tis what it is, unfortunately. Alright. So, I think that we've got enough to actually go around to this edge. And then we're going to abuse that siphon incredibly hard. Okay, so we get those in, we get these two, then we do a hop across with a couple of collectors here. And then that is going to lead to a nullifier, coupled with two cannons, which should give us the protection we need right there. Alright, now we just let this thing go, because that siphon is going to let us rip this out. Oh dear. That siphon was not actually as hardy as I thought it was. Oh, I may have screwed myself up twice in a row. It's all good. Iridium, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we've got a lot of power online with some power stall, but I think overall we will be able to maintain our edges, maybe, perhaps, possibly. Maybe, perhaps, possibly not over here, though, because that is... No... We may actually be able to make this happen. Oh dear. We're only 3 in the hole. Okay. I'm just gonna hop this little guy across here, since he's completed and fueled and ready to go, and that should help cut off the flow on this edge. Hey, that actually works out really well. -2, -1. Get a little positive maybe. Heyo. Okay. So let's not remake the same mistakes that we did before. Let's try to... Let's see. Get those in. Get those in. That's probably worth one. Go ahead and grab a forge. And then we're -5 with an 83% build here. So we're not on the timer yet, but we're getting close. I think we go ahead and drop a beamer here. and here. That'll get us a little bit further in the hole, but I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Beamers? Yes. I'm building them. Especially considering the fact that we now have a circle of power, which is able to control this entire area with a single cannon. So, I think that we can just retire all of these other cannons, most likely, and call it good. We'll wait until that beats everything back, and then we can start pushing up to gain this spore. So I'm going to pause just for a second, check everything. That is 8 seconds to completion on a single spore, 3 minutes to 6. Okay. So the difficulty here is that we're not going to know exactly where these spores are coming, and they do hit rather hard through single emitters, or single beamers. So we're going to need multiple beamers on each of these sections. Alright, we've got the power. I'm going to move you up. We're going to take all 3 of you and get positioned on the front line, which I think is actually going to do quite well for us. They kind of gimped me here. This is not wide enough for 2 turrets side by side, and I do not appreciate. Because that makes me feel like I'm being manipulated. Come on, get that over there. Oh, and we've got our charging started now. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What are the green? I guess the green are the ones that are specifically designated as charging the forges, maybe? I don't know. We're going to get a mortar in. Actually, I'm going to drop 3 mortars over here, because we really need to get up to this section. So if I can do that, then we can get in and claim one of these berthas, and that will be quite fine indeed. Speaking of... Actually, not speaking of berthas, because it has nothing to do with berthas. I need an energy efficiency upgrade, so that we can hopefully hop up just a tad. Not getting anti-creep. Oh, fair point. I totally forgot. Alright. Ore mine. Ore mine. And then we're going to put a sprayer up on the fronts, which I think is going to lead to this mortar not exactly being necessary. I'm going to slam that down right there. So that should help get us a little bit of a better push up to this zone. Although now that the mortars are firing, this might be totally within our reach. Is it? Is it totally within our reach? I don't think it is totally within our reach. Yeah, we're going to get screwed. So I got to wait until this comes online, and then we should be able to make it happen. As power stalled as we are, it makes it very difficult to... Oh dear. Oh boy, that is 57 deep. Unless we get mortars into this area relatively soon, I think that we're actually going to have a fairly serious problem here. But we've got our power-ups, and that's what matters. Power up, and that's what matters. Let me get... I'm going to move one of these mortars down here, so that when this starts stacking up a little bit deeper, we'll be able to maintain a firing pattern there, and that is exactly what I was waiting for. So there is our nullifier, and that is going to go just fine. Let's do build speed increase, packet speed increase, because right now I'm not really wasting any money on, specifically on, oh, that's a no-fly zone. We're just going to put him across right there. Not wasting any money, turn sprayers to always on? No. I'm not going to turn the sprayer to always on because I want to actually use it as a point defense turret in this case. And not go the route of just spreading creep everywhere. Because I want this in a very targeted location that's able to protect this nullifier. And then once I get this down, I am going to be placing a sprayer on this circle of power. And then that is going to clear the way to this area over here, which should burn everything that we've got on this edge, on our storage. I am so very glad that that is actually working. I'm going to go ahead and drop one additional beamer up on the top edge, and then we're going to drop you right there. Although the collector having to be built here is probably not going to make this especially easy for me. So I'm going to jump him up there. Come on. There we go. And that is, of course, going to obliterate my connection to the real world. Nope. Get back there. Thank goodness for anti-creep, because that gives me... Did I actually move? I did. I actually moved both of my things at the same time and let the thing die. For shame. How on earth do I get myself into these troublesome situations? Sometimes I confuse even myself. Alright, so we got that up. We've got a movement of a turret over here that I have no idea how I even selected. So we'll move him back, and then we plan our next attack. So, we need to get the Bertha, obviously, because Bertha is going to be super duper duper important. But let's go ahead and move these guys up to the front edge and start powering our way through. Because I think once I move this up the choke just a little bit farther, we're actually going to be in a position to take this territory as well. I might even be able to do it if we move both of these guys right over here, because that'll hit the entirety of this edge. It is going to bring 2 more cannons online, but we definitely have the power for that. Alright, so we're spending 100% of our anti-creep. We've got all this stuff going for us. What is another thing that we can do? We can build... Kind of don't want to use shielding over there, but I could use a shield right here, which would back everything up, allowing the mortar to fire in a controlled fashion on the deep creep right over here. And then I can pull these 2 cannons out of service. Let's drop in a block of reactors just to spend some of that power that we've got. And then this right here is now open for business. Oh yeah. Nope. Gotta get just a little closer. Move you up. Could you please actually make your connection? Thank you. I don't know why that is such an issue. Just terp your way through. Listen, sometimes terps are the answers to all of our problems, and other times, not so much. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I do intend to use my forge. I just haven't gotten there yet. Give me a second. Alright. So we're going to do fire range times 2. Because fire range times 2 makes the turrets that we already have placed significantly more effective. And I probably also need to move my beamers up while none of these things are targeted at me. Oh dear, they might actually be targeted at me. Let's see. Beam, beam. That's good. Totally fine. And we're now far enough away that I think we can afford to do relays. So we're going to do this right here. Relay connections for the higher bandwidth. Alright, so mortar firing at the edge. I think that this is actually a good place for a nullifier. Because we're in perfectly protected territory, and neither of these cannons are even firing anymore. So we're going to bring them up here. Continue with our collector spread. Let's move. Let's wait for those to catch up. We got the Bertha in place. Collector there. And then let's get multiple Berthas. Oh wow, I actually had 2 of them earlier, and I did not even go for them. We're going to auto-target and let those just fire away at everything on this side. Turret on the power circle seems a little pointless. It does, yes, because we're now out of anti-creep. So, I'm going to move this up and this up to fire at the front line. And we're going to put a mortar on this because that has the longest range. Actually, I might do a beamer. Beamer might be the best thing to do there.
Hey, listen,
sure.
listen.
I'm going to move my shield out, which is probably going to get me killed. Yes, it is. Okay. We're going to move back here. Appreciate the bits, Roy. You mean the one in the back. Oh, yes. You are so very correct about that. Hold on. What is that? Ha! Totally a beamer location. All right. All right. We're doing it. Okay, so that's going to push back there, which is going to force everything out. Okay, good. So we're going to get a shield right here, which is going to push back again. And then we're going to build our other remaining shields that we have in order to push that a little bit harder. And then the goal is probably to get a mortar up on that level. Let's do fire rate increase, power, efficiency, yes. And then we're going to have to worry about that a little bit more because we are stalled. I'm going to do 3 there. It's going to power stall us even harder to begin with, but it will let us do some good things later. That's the bad thing about shields, is they have a very high power draw. Very high. Let's go ahead and select you 3. Go right up to the front edge with a collector, which should, yeah, should open up the way for us to hit this guy. So none of these are actually in range of nullifiers, one to the other. So I'm going to have to kill both and then move around this edge. And this might actually require some turping. I'm not completely sure, but we can get a nullifier there. We can get a nullifier there. This is definitely not going to be a world record time, but we will do it, I think, a bit more efficiently than we typically do. Okay, so we've got the relay there. Nullifier loss down here, oddly enough. Interesting. How did you end up dying? Probably because there's not actually a turret in range to protect it. We should do that thing. There is an anti-creep sprayer, but it's just not quite efficient enough to actually snag it. Okay, so power is a problem. Power is a very big problem. Select again. We're down. Take all of you. Stop resupply and disarm. Which is going to get us not quite balanced, but a whole heck of a lot closer than it was. Maybe we should put... That is not actually firing that much. Let's move these guys up a little. And let's drop a reactor on that. Because I think reactors on Circle of Power actually create quite a lot. Get a little bit more of those in too. Okay, so we got that in. Let's do a relay up on the front. Or not a relay, a collector. But I also do need to get a relay up on the front, because that is going to be how we transmit all of our stuff in good time. And then we need our cannons to move. Although I don't have a lot of cannons. All of these are in pretty steady usage. I'm going to bump you up. I just need this to clear out enough that I can place a mortar on it, because a mortar is going to obliterate all of this crap. Also, I think our Bertha's just fired because this went way down in creep. Okay, so that's free. Good, good, good. And we're back up on 25 out of 25. So we're going to drop him down there, stage another collector, which I think will be able to connect. Might be able to connect. Will be able to connect. Will need supporting fire from mortars, though. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Can you, Well, nope, it's dead. Let's pull those in. Why would you think there's too few anti-creep spots? I'm not using my cannons to their maximum effect right now, so I need to move those up. That's the only reason I'm getting positive right now. Alright, cannons! Let's go! That does not need to be there. Alright, we've done a very good job of separating this entire thing out. And now we have a good pushing zone. So we're going to select all these turrets in the back that are not really doing a whole lot of anything right now. We're going to place 2 turrets there to guard the edge. And you guys are going to be my doorway into a whole new world. Because I need to get just close enough to eliminate this son of a gun. Let's move all you up. It is amazing how much these things can hold back once you get everybody supplied properly. It's almost like when you're not power stalling, the game works better. Who would have thought? Okay, so we got that in. We go nullifier. Kind of want to do a 2-for-1, but I think it's going to be faster just to get the 1. Oh no. Okay. We are actually going to get forward. Move up. Wow. Alright. That was way more effective. Oh, duh. These don't actually emit anything. That's what's going on here. Alright. Shields. Time for you to do your jobs. Because we do not any longer have a lot of anti-creep on the edge for you to interfere with. So I think that we should definitely go that route. Alright, we got that in. Nice! That means that I can take this little guy and put him right up here. Beautiful! That'll beat back the entire thing. And then I think we might actually... Yes! This one is going to be in reach. So I can actually just build a nullifier here and we're done. The only thing I have to do besides that is... Oh my, hold on. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Story of my life. Arm. Okay, so if this is able to force back this entire area, we can build a nullifier. Yes, we can build a nullifier. Wait a minute. Nope, there's a nullifier. Okay. So we got that in. Good, good, good. We need our mortars stacked as quickly as possible. More mortars. More mortars everywhere. And that is also going to be... Let's pull you up there. Collector here. Make sure we keep the shield online. Get a reactor in on the back. And get a couple of beamers in on the front. Because this is right now wide open to 6-4 attacks from up there. I just realized that. Let's do that right there. And move you into a little bit better intercept position for this entire angle down here. Because we are dependent upon that pipeline for everything coming in this way. So we just need the nullifier to build and then to tag that. And we are done. In fact, if I could get an extra... If I can get an extra shield right here, we can tackle 2 birds at the same time. Come on. Come on. Get that shield down. You know you can push that out of the way. That's right. Okay, so he's gone. Shield rapidly shoving everything out of the way as the mortars beat it down. Come on. Clear it out. I just need this little thing right here. Thank you. As soon as that builds, we're done with the mission. 1850. Come on, come on, come on. And 1857. There's a data packet left behind. Next planet in this system contains 4 inhibitors. Okay. Does that mean we're done? No, do we have to claim... Do we have to claim everything? Hold on. Run up here. We may have to actually claim everything. Oh, dear gracious. Why? I hate it when missions do this. They're like, nope, you have to get every single objective on the way through. Otherwise, it doesn't actually count. Come on. Get everybody in here. You can do it. You can do it. The Berthas will clear the way. Charge everybody up. And there's just not enough fuel. Dadgummit. Alright, pull you up there. Pull you up there. And then get one more relay in. Whew! Welcome in, Rivian. Yes, I am playing Creeper World. I try to do it about once a week, like I've said before. Ish or so. We're gonna be 2015 on this map, but if I had known that I had to claim this, I could have had an 18-minute time. Dadgummit. We'll claim that victory. A bit begrudgingly, but whatever.
Listen.
We would have slotted in at about 6th place, but as it is, we're going to get in at around 9th. So we're a little bit over the average time, a little bit past the halfway mark, but I completely blame the map for that because I didn't know that you have to actually claim every single thing. I'm going to be a little bit salty about that. That is going to wrap everything up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like and share it with someone. If you want to support the channel, catch the streams, or join the Discord, check out the links in the description. Thank you all for being at least partially insane, and I will see you in the next one.